We just start rolling. Right?
Alright. Right, start rolling right.
Yeah, it's really rolling. Right? Back in the studio.
Right.
Another round. We got new lights on. I don't know what they call. I think they call field lights, soft light.
How much is it?
$70.
Oh, okay. Where?
Looks like it. If you guys have watched our previous video, the lights are pretty grainy. I had to edit a little bit, and I'm not a video editor, so like Lucas' face from brown became orange.
It's still brown. Oh, really, man?
It became orange. I became brown. I don't know how to do it. So you can see but it's like a tint.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, the field lights now, it's there actually, it's that direction. So I've been playing around, and this looks nice, I guess.
Oh, so since Ben is talking about aesthetics today,
We were talking about
that's going to be the topic of today's
performance versus aesthetics,
yes,
and why both don't matter and why both matter at the same time. So look at,
performance. Of course, performance matters.
oh yeah, I mean, it's like sex, right? Performance in bed matters, right?
Yeah.
But how do you even go to bed when you don't look good?
Ah.
Like, that's a very bad analogy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
I mean, have you seen those athletes like do high rocks or CrossFit? I don't know. Any sport, football, CR7 for example.
Yeah.
They're athletes, so right? Athletes, super athletes, right?
Yeah.
They can run, they can sprint, they can generate power from their kicks, and they look good.
Mm-hmm.
They look good. They really look, not in the bodybuilding sense, but they look good, right? So
But I think looking good is also very subjective, right?
I do say,
Because like some people will say like, oh, damn, the guy looks good, but
yeah. I mean, I've seen some dudes. I'm not gonna say whom. It's a friend of you lah. Yeah lah.
I know, I'm just looking at you because I'm trying to like
I can see your eyes through your glasses.
I'm trying to see like who you're talking about.
No, I don't think you know. But anyway, he's super lean and he's super shredded. No, and he does well online and everything. But bro, how is he ugly?
Okay.
Don't know lah, but
Well, I mean, it's true. When you go to gyms, the gym at the front of the gym always say, if you look fat and ugly and you want to change your lifestyle, you can come to us to look, but you can't change your look.
you can't.
Yeah.
You can be. Oh, what is it? You're fat and ugly, but come to the gym and you just be ugly. I mean, okay. I mean, it looks aside, right?
Yeah.
Like aesthetics in a body sense. What is your definition of aesthetics? I'm sure I have my own definition.
I think the definition of aesthetic is, I guess, just to me, I don't know. When people say aesthetic, I think it's just defined. Muscles are defined, and I guess there's.
Do you want like your chest to look a certain way, your shoulder to look a certain way, or
Because we all have pecs
like
nice shoulder, well defined, and then of course
like Arnold
Arnold's been big. I think a Ronaldo body build would be quite good. Lean.
attainable without mats? Mats.
Someone that is bigger. Someone okay. So like probably like Ronaldo is probably like the base, right? You're still lean. You're fast. You can probably reach. Like is it like Usain Bolt? He's got like defined.
He knows he's fat now.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can Google, bro. He's fat now.
No way.
He played at Old Trafford at the time.
Hey, this is the part where you include Usain Bolt's photo into the.
Alright, Usain Bolt's photo will be at Lucas's face right now.
Yeah, like to show people.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see Usain Bolt nowadays.
Yeah.
That's some. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, he's fat really.
Yeah.
He was playing at what was it called? The friendly
The world.
football 8 or something like that. Against the English team.
He's put on quite a bit.
Yeah, because he's a Rashford fan, ma. So he came into the pitch.
No, but you see now. Okay, this is the part where he's shown. He's
Before, right? Before.
You see, look at it. 6 packs, decent arms. This is the decent build. Still defined. Your shoulders are still defined.
Right.
And all the colors. I think that's like the baseline.
Right.
I would envision.
But you see, now the perspective is a dude. Because in the gym, if I see another dude like shredded, right, I would have a glance. I'm like, this guy worked hard. But I won't be impressed per se.
Yeah. Because after that, like I've seen like dudes like bigger than me, but live later than me. So
Right, yeah, exactly.
yeah, so I'll be like
Not impressive.
aesthetic, well done, performance.
Can run fast.
Yeah, so
Can't sprint, can't jump.
yeah, can't lift as much. So I was like, okay, because the day this guy was like in the gym, he's like much bigger than me, and muscles really fine. And then he's like, the RDL's numbers that he was struggling to do was quite crazy. Like I was like, wait, you're like bigger than me, you should be like lifting more than me. But then your max RDLs that you're talking about, whatever, like
He was doing his max.
yeah, I was like, oh. So that's when you kind of like tell that aesthetic versus performance, and it doesn't always correlate the same. It's correlate.
Right.
Don't correlate. Just because you may look aesthetically big, the muscles are bigger, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are stronger than others.
But does it matter to the average person to be strong or to be fast or to be...
No, definitely not to the average person. Cares? If I'm working on the office job, being strong doesn't make any sense.
But nowadays, a lot of people are athletes on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I guess, okay, but I can guarantee that, I can guarantee that a lot of people still go for the aesthetic look when they go to the gym. So the whole reason why they go to the gym, they want to have the...
Gives you confidence.
It gives you, especially if it fills up your shirt.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially like, I guess, if let's say like, you're single and happy with the way you look, definitely going to the gym, changing your body, it definitely gives you the confidence to go out and meet new people. You'll be like, oh, this is a different version of yourself. Right? Because you can change your characteristics and everything, which is still like building up yourself and still like what's the term I forgot, like you're changing yourself for the better. You're trying to work on yourself, but that's just like the mind and the character, right? But it comes to the body as well. There's also something else that people look at you and that's the first thing they judge you for, right? Your aesthetics. So definitely going to the gym and changing your aesthetics, building on it is definitely very important for self-confidence, especially. Yeah.
Well, I think
my opinion.
Looks does matter because at the end of the day, regardless of what job you do, sales or when you meet people from day to day, or even sitting at the back end, everyone wants to impress, right? Whether you're already married or whether you have already something going on, everyone wants to impress, right? So that's the aesthetic. But won't you feel a little bit embarrassed if, let's say, you're big and strong, and then when shit hits the fan, you need to perform, you can't perform?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine...
But it depends also on like, okay, let's say like you're big and strong, right? But then when like okay, let's take, well, you're going for high rocks, is it?
High rocks.
Right. Yeah, so when you go high rocks, there's definitely a few things that you're gonna realize. You're gonna see like these guys that don't look fit, and then they're gonna come in, right, and then like, oh shit, it's actually pretty strong.
Like those smokers running 2.4.
Yeah, and then after that there's the other end of the spectrum where these guys are really big, right? But you realize they're not as fit as the
ought to be,
aesthetics. So that is definitely, you will see those two ends. One is like, should be the firecracker or the surprise Jack in the box. The other one will be the jester.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, aesthetic just comes down to body fat.
Yeah.
Right? And genetics to a certain point.
Yeah, definitely. Some people like you can like, wow, you lift and that's smart, but your body's muscles the way that it's
the ratio between the length of this.
Yeah, and it's just as great as other people.
Right. Or the chest insertion, the one a bit.
You always talk about this, but like not everyone, even though they work out a lot and they may have the same workout routine, same dietary routine, you will not look like really like shredded.
Yeah.
And as toned as what you may think you are. Yeah, now you want to look.
And I mean, I personally don't think it's that important. To be very honest, I love to eat.
Same.
Like, you know how people always say, especially people in the fitness or bodybuilding community, they always say, food is just fuel. Just fuel for the body. Yeah. And I always respond is, no, it's food. Food is
for the mind as well.
For the soul, man. For the soul. I'm happy.
Mind, body, and soul.
Yeah,
MBS. We're sponsored by them. They are currently sponsoring us for this podcast. And do support them. MBS, Mind, Body, and Soul, Marina Bay Sands.
I opened my fridge last night.
Yeah.
And I saw this awfully chocolate mousse cake. And you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna grab a bite.
Oh wow. Chocolate is amazing. So like last time they started off with just selling cakes. And then now they're selling ice cream or like cafe. And there were only like 3 cakes last time. There were 3 flavors only that they did. But now they...
And on a business perspective, I think that's a smart thing to do.
What?
Businesses should not give too many options when it comes to selling their product.
Okay.
They should just limit it to like a few things. And you realize that people will just order more.
Yeah.
Like Zhi Cha, right? Actually, they have like 60 over dishes in one street menu. And people just order that.
Yeah. Zhi Cha.
Like, there's no point. And the more options you give people, the more hesitant for them to order because they can't make up their mind. But you just give them 3, you either get the chicken, lamb, or beef.
You're good at,
Yeah, and then you just dish it up.
Like Irvin's also, I was reading the story about how Irvin's came to be. Everyone just wanted that
few things,
everything, and that salted fish.
Yeah.
Was...
I even have a BFT member who is a Asahi Affair franchisee. And I was telling him like, hey, I would love to open like a fun toast kind of thing in the future, next few years down the road. And he was telling me, you know what, F&B, it's not that complicated. It's a tiring job, because you have to be there all the time, but it's not complicated. You don't have to R&D every food. You just have to serve something that people like already.
Is your
Like
cocktail franchise?
Yeah,
Let's open one.
bro, I don't money.
Okay, let's
cannot.
open one when we have money. Well, I can. I can. I want to open one. Anyways, back to the point. Yeah, I totally agree. Food is...
It's for the soul, so it's not just fuel for the body. More complicated than that. If food is just fuel, which I feel that if you are dieting will be a good perspective to have, right? Especially if you are overweight and obese, it'll be a good perspective to have that food is just fuel. Because if you're watching this or listening to this, and if you're obese or overweight, bro, you have too much love, man, too much soul in you. You gotta cut down your soul. Yeah, so like in the other end of the spectrum, right, where people just have a very toxic relationship with food. Can't eat this because it's bad. Oh, rice is carbs. I can't eat. It's bad. You know, I
always tell people, like, you gotta get in your rice. You can't have a no carbs. You gotta have a less.
Especially you run. Imagine your blood sugar low.
When you're running, you're exercising, you need your carbs, man. It's important for you to get your carbs in, but of course not so much carbs lah.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Which, by the way, I just wrote page Healthier Choice logo. And I think it's a known thing, but people just don't bother. Healthier Choice logo doesn't mean it's good.
I saw. He recently posted a video on our TikTok active about Nutri-Grade.
Interesting, yeah.
People were commenting this.
Interesting, yeah.
Which was great because that gives us the ability to educate. And so that now that if you are still listening to our podcast, basically, the biggest question that people are asking is, why isn't Coke Zero an A grade, right? Because it says zero sugar. The reason because of that is because Coke Zero uses a substitute, right?
Aspartame.
Yeah. As a substitute for the sugar taste. Therefore, it's not considered, doesn't have the A grade because there's still a form of, is it non-natural sugar?
As long as there's sugar substitutes, right, you cannot get an A grade.
Well, fruit juice.
Alright, fruit juices are C grade.
C grade.
Because there's a very
high sugar content, even
exactly. And that's why they always say don't drink your fruits. Always eat your fruits because there's fiber. Fiber helps break down the glucose better.
There you go.
So if you want to have fruits are great, but don't forget they are also sugar.
When you blend it, the fiber...
Cut off the fiber. You mechanically cut it off. But I'm not saying there's no fiber in the drink. It's just...
I think people like having fruit juices on the go because it's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, if you can you want to have a fruits are great in nutrients, especially all your vitamins and minerals. But eat it with the skin if possible. So I eat my kiwi with the skin.
Wait, what?
Yeah, legit.
You eat the kiwi?
I just wash it. Okay, I cut the top. I sliced the top because I thought that the stupid nut cap thing. And I just chuck it in my mouth.
What?
Bro, it's fiber.
It's fucking hairy.
Oh, now they shave it? No. Just eat it. The only fruit that you can't eat with
Do you eat watermelon skin also, you fucking terrorist?
Actually, maybe you can try it. But
it's so
you should not eat durian skin.
You know, thanks. Bro. I didn't know that.
No more, you know.
I was just about to do it. Wait, apple skin is okay, right? Kippo pear.
Try it. It's actually okay. Fiber's great.
Avocado?
I'm not really a fan of avocados.
I'm not really a fan of avocados.
Because it's too expensive.
To me, it's just... Avocados, what's the brilliant thing about it? Like, what is it so...
Okay, honestly, I don't even search much.
Everyone's like...
Fats, good fats.
Good fat.
It lowers your LDL, the low density lipids. Basically, it helps your...
I'm not going to act like I'm some expert in like fruits and everything, right? So I always see like people like, oh my god,
avocado.
Like, avocado in your toast.
Healthy fats.
Because it's healthy and everything. But... sorry. But my question is also healthy fats.
It's just healthy fats. Good for your blood pressure.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
One avocado is like what, $3? Yeah, it's really, really expensive.
And okay, now the taste it's got this nice lottery taste, which, I mean, a nice avocado shake.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, had an avocado with gula melaka. Oh, wow, it was really good. It was good stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good stuff. Or they put some rum into something creamy. Oh my god.
Baileys.
Yes, I said it's like in the morning.
No, we should, coffee.
Go home in the morning. Okay, like 6 p.m. somewhere.
We should do an article, or we should do something about alcohol soon.
Okay, I mean, it's Christmas season coming up.
Yep.
All of us drinking.
Yes, wines, eggnog.
I've not drank eggnog before.
I have not drank it before, but I've seen it in stores, in shows.
Home Alone.
I think Marketplace, CS Fresh. Yeah.
Oh, CS Fresh, yeah.
Yeah, CS Fresh. But back to the NutriGate. So B ratings are for Coke. What about A? What
A rating is, okay,
Besides water?
I forgot already, but your whole entire content cannot have more than 1 gram of sugar per 100 ml of the content.
So 3 grams for.
So yeah, so basically if you have 100 a liter, you must have say less than 10 grams of sugar. Yeah, this is basically water lah, tea without anything else. Yeah, and saturated fat must be below, I think, 0.7 grams per 100 ml. So they count these two into together.
So besides water, there's something else that you posted. I forgot.
Yakult is D.
Yeah.
Yakult is D.
Okay, but Yakult has always been. It's Vitagen that is the.
So it brings back to the healthier choice logo. Doesn't mean you have a healthier choice logo, means the drink is healthy.
It's just healthier.
That is other competitors. It's like saying like, hey, alcohol is good because it kills lesser people than cigarette smoking.
Yeah. Vape is good because it has lesser harmful
Whatever, yeah. But doesn't mean in itself is healthy. Yeah, so that's what people always get confused. They always see the logo and they think like, it's good for me. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be gooder
Gooder.
than
Gooder.
other things you're going to drink or eat.
Okay, so that, but then again, right, Vitagen, although with lesser sugar, doesn't sell as well as Yakult.
It's a taste lah.
But still one Yakult.
Taste. And it's the old, the old.
So there's Vitagen, Yakult, and C's are all your fresh fruits lah, fresh fruit drinks.
Some milk or some milk higher in saturated fat.
Red Bull less sugar is on the C.
Yeah. Normal Red Bull is D.
Red Bull is D. Did you guys know that there's a difference between the gold Red Bull can and the blue and white one?
Oh, where it's made, right?
Yes, the gold Red Bull is actually made in Thailand, and it's more of like it's not like an official Red Bull product.
It's a mix.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how to.
It's cough syrup, man.
It's not under Red Bull Europe, which is the blue and the white can, the tall can that you see, that skinny tall can. Those are Red Bull Europe, which is an official product of Red Bull. But the gold cans are not really an official product of the the Red Bull that you see all around the world, like the boots of Red Bull. But yeah, so that's something that's.
I know when they started was this Thai guy and this European guy both had the Thai guy was poor, the European guy had money. He was an investor. He liked this Thai guy's concoction for this energy drink. So essentially, long story short, they are both the same company, but at the same time they're not. They operate in their own spheres, but they respect each other's Red Bull brand.
All right, since we're on this topic of energy drinks, let's talk about Prime. Prime, because
have you seen the fight that's gonna go on?
But Prime is marketed as a drink that is actually
better than most,
lower in sugar than most energy drinks. But actually, there's a saying behind it that it shows that it's actually not as healthy as people.
Actually, to be really honest, if you want to quench your thirst, water.
I'm not thinking about quenching my thirst. I'm giving me the energy.
Bro, just drink coffee.
There we go. Black coffee.
Black. If you like the taste of coffee, right, just get an espresso, chuck it in, get it on. Don't even water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 cups of espresso, 3 shots. Oh wait. Yeah, 3 shots of espresso, just chuck it in, go hit the gym. Done.
There we go.
Don't even need I drink energy drinks because sometimes I just want something fruity and refreshing.
I drink energy drinks for the same purpose as well. It's really refreshing. We'll get back to what you should.
And it's aesthetics and performance. More of a performance kind of guy. I think it's more impressive. I always told my friends, right, it's more impressive when I see a small guy, let's say 60 kilograms, height maybe 165, pretty average Singaporean, right? Lifting 250 kg. Running half a marathon on a weekly basis. Or fella can jump 3 meters high up. It's super impressive.
I think that it has more of a lasting memory if you're more performance-based. And this is why
it's true.
Because it's that a guy with 6 packs, defined body, you have 10 of him. You may have out of every 10 guys, there'll be maybe 3 or 4 guys that are
shredded abs.
In this day and age. But out of those 3 or 4 guys, or out of these 10 people, how many of them can actually lift the baby? Yeah. So when you go to the gym and put these 3 or 4 guys there, they are definitely going to look aesthetically pleasing. But the lasting impression that people have is that, hey, this guy can lift. This guy can lift. They're not going to be like, oh, this guy looks great. Because, like I said, like, you're not so special because out of 10, it's probably 3 or 4. And okay, these numbers I'm going out, it's not proven by any statistic. I'm just giving you like a random average based on what I see in my opinion. Yeah. But in terms of the lasting impression, that you will know that, hey, this guy actually, out of these perform even a little bit good. Actually, this one guy is the one that is the most impressive.
And like what you said just now, right, about how your performance is lasting, it's true. Actually, when you get older in age, right, your muscle mass drops.
Yeah.
And the one that drops the most is actually your speed. Explosiveness.
Alright, go last louder in bed when I'm older.
You got friends right there.
You'll be happier.
No, but it's true though, like your speed your force exertion, the rate of force exertion, which is basically speed and power, will drop over time. Yeah. But isn't that what you want to train? So that maybe when you're 60s, 70s, you can go for a hike with your grandkids. You know, your friend calls you out, hey, you want to go to, I don't know, Scotland to go up the Highland? Yeah, let's go, bro. No problem. I'm gonna say you're gonna live longer. Not really. I mean,
I was climbing Rinjani last in May, right? And then after that, there was this group of like old people that were climbing it up. So I think they are from Singapore as well. I think what's really impressive is that the whole aim of it is to hike up to about 1,000 plus meters or 2,000 plus meters on the first day, so that you have only about 1,000 plus meters to hike up the following morning to catch the sunset. We have friends, we managed to, of course, hike up for the sunset. But the older people, you know, they weren't so lucky. What's quite impressive is that they are still, you know, going on that same
correct.
at an older age, which is pretty impressive, like me. And I hope that one day I still have that body and the ability to do that, because you only have to get the confidence because you know that you have the ability to. It's not so easy to like, because you know that if you go out there without the ability, right, you're gonna be a burden, and then therefore that definitely strikes your hits your confidence a bit. So you even want to go and take on this challenge at that kind of age. They were at least 65, 60 years old, so that was really impressive.
Well, and a lot of people at that age, right, they'll complain knee pain, ankle pain. And the reason that hurts in the first place is because they never train to strengthen the joint. I'm not saying you have to train like a mad powerlifter or bodybuilder. You don't have to. You just need basic strength training with consistency and discipline. Your knee's gonna get strong. You can, I don't know, surf when you're 75. How impressive is that?
All right. So shall we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
After the break, I'll tell you guys more about my first.
He's gonna split.
What? All right. We have two different plans right here.
I feel the script is wrong, mate.
Yeah, with two different scripts. All right. Okay, so we got a break.
We are back. Yeah, we had a long conversation
about everything. I think under the sun.
Yeah, I mean, performance versus aesthetics. Honestly speaking, I think it's I can't say what's right or wrong. We have our own bias.
I mean, if you're a model, actually,
or you earn money from bodybuilding.
Yes. Then aesthetics is definitely something that you
for most. We said, you know, like people still want to look good.
Yeah, you want to look good. Like you didn't really care about whether or not.
How often do you walk into your office half naked?
No, but if you walk into your office with a tight shirt,
it's tight until you can see every striation in your skin. What?
People still know, hey, this guy's fit.
Yeah, but most probably might not have a six pack.
Or you wear when men wear the pants, right? Then the ass always very.
You just squat heavy. I know, but you can just squat heavy. What? Have a good squat, and that's.
But you see, you wear your squat PR on your my PR is like.
Yeah, I know, but
they walk in.
But I'm saying like you train for performance, so ass is gonna be big. So why train for aesthetic? Why train to look good? When you can train for something on a higher level, which is performance.
Question comes in and people say like, why I need to keep my body so hard and then go in this, like no one also know that I can lift so much. But go on first day with a girl, like she's like, oh my god, like, very nice arms. Oh damn, very nice ass.
Tits.
Or do you know I squat like 300 kg. Then she was like,
oh yeah, correct. But the thing is not about what your personal best is, but how long you can keep that personal best up at. At the end of the day, it's about performing your best at every situation or when the situation demands from you. You don't learn martial art because you go every morning, you wake up, you go raw somewhere in the street, alright? But when you need to use it, you can use it.
I saw this meme the other day, classic American story is what then they show the Karate Kid, then they show the Dylan Smith and the China guy. They show the China guy, bad evil villain who has practiced the sport or the art for 70,000 years, you know. A new underdog kid who learned the sport in 2 months beats the guy that worked hard for 3,000 years. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute,
It's a wine guy story.
It's actually very true. What lessons are we learning from what? But so the thing is like personal, right? The word personal, it shows what people want. Like it's a very personal thing. Like for you personally, based on your beliefs, based on your character, you feel that it's better for you, it's more fulfilling for you to actually perform at a higher level because it makes more sense Because to you, someone that performs better is someone that's more respectable, someone that you think is someone that has more substance. Other people, they like, no, I don't really care about the numbers, so I care about aesthetic. So it's a more personal thing. Personal level is what they want. For you personally, you want to have high performance. For others personally, they want to have better aesthetics.
No, sure, I agree, but that comes to the point where you can say it right. You can look good by training for performance. So why specifically train for aesthetics? If your job is already not being a bodybuilder, if you're not being already a model or an actor or anything that requires you to be aesthetically pleasing.
Because it's harder, it's harder in terms of like, you know that when you do performance, you got to push yourself in different aspects that I think people are not
willing to push
themselves. In terms of aestheticness.
That's who's going to carry the boats, man.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to carry the boats, but you get what I mean. It's like, it's like spinning versus running, all right? It's easier for spinning because it's lesser stress on your joints, on your body compared to running, right? They are still both very effective ways of cardio, but we all know that running is much harder. So people don't want to run, so they go to spin. It's the same, like people don't want to push themselves to hit their maximum performance or push their bodies to achieve their performance goals. They rather just go for something else that's easier, right? Aesthetics. Yeah, it's like sometimes some of the personal trainers on TikTok say, I don't lift heavy, I lift I go for lower weights, but time under tension.
Right. I think this whole aesthetic thing, right, you can boil it back down to our caveman days, where beauty is the art of the beholder. Beauty is vision first.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we don't know the story of the F-82 Raptor versus the Boeings. Basically, right, the Raptor looked so much more pleasing that the tender was just given to them. Just because the aircraft looks like it can fly, that means this aircraft is good. So like aesthetic intrinsically to a human matters a lot. It shows, and I think it makes sense. Like you choose a beautiful girl or beautiful guy to date is because you want to have the best genes to give your offspring. That's why.
Just nicer to look at.
But it's because you want to give it instinctively. You find someone who's nicer to look at, right? So you dig down deeper. Why do you prefer people who look good? You trust people who look good. Why do people who look good can do better sales?
Yeah.
Right? Why do people who are vocally more pleasing and can talk better, right, close more sales?
Yeah.
Because you trust. And the reason you trust is because you associate good looks or anything that looks good in general to be better, of better quality.
Yeah.
So it's very rare to see someone who is quote unquote ugly and can do a lot of sales. Usually people who do good sales are generally just good.
No, but actually, when you do sales also, it's about dressing up, cleaning up your hair, presenting yourself.
Good looking.
Yeah.
You try to look better. So I think it boils down like, yes, you're right. I'm more biased to performance.
Yes.
Just because I feel there's more practical sense behind it.
Yeah.
And when I mean performance, I don't mean like carry heavy. But it's a whole plethora of things. A whole encompassing. I can run, I can jump far, I'm mobile, I'm flexible, I can carry heavy things.
Yeah.
There's all the pillars, yes, exactly. And it's win because at the end of the day, all I need to do is tie it down and then I look good.
Yeah.
So I don't lose anything.
Yep.
You're right as well. I totally agree. Some people don't have the mental capacity to keep pushing their limit.
Yeah.
And why should you anyways? You have wife and kids, you have a stressful enough job. Why push here?
Some people just like they go to this kind of like BFT, F45 because it's just a community, right? Some people like they can't push themselves. Some people like the competition. And it's competition that drives them. Other people don't like the competition. Other people just want it to be fun for everyone, right? So, to each his own, right? To each his own.
So I think at the end of the day, nothing right or wrong choosing aesthetics or performance, because they both have their own pillars that make sense. But then again, me being me biased, performance still has a one up over aesthetics. And for example, you can get my favorite car is a 69 Boss Photo 9 Ford Mustang. If anyone remembers that number, you can.
2013 Toyota Vios.
Yeah. Definition. Right. So
wait, but aesthetic over performance, what?
Right. Performance every day. Or what does performance mean to you for a car?
It's gotta be fast.
To not break down or?
It's gotta be fast.
Exactly. Right. So the performance changes. So I guess
USG or Blue SG?
So fast, alright?
Yeah.
So I guess yeah, I think what Lucas said is true also. Like, I don't think there's right or wrong personally, but it's for sure, hands down, super impressive to see someone who might not be aesthetically pleasing outperform everybody who is aesthetically pleasing. Like a ghost car, a normal maybe Audi A4 from 2004, but your engine inside is a roaring V12 or whatever. And the guy just screams down, you know? And that's super amazing. Even though it might not look the best.
Yeah. Well, it's the ghost body, the ghost performance, like where they hoodie, right? Then they're pump covered.
Yeah, okay. So question: big junk, but only can last 30 seconds, or it can last 20 minutes, slightly smaller than average junk.
I don't know when I'm the big junk the last fucking long. So I don't even know how it feels like to be those two people, right?
We asked your girlfriend.
I you know, either way it's fine, you know, it's all about the connection,
The heart.
Yeah, okay. I've already performance on the second.
Alright, it's like,
Yes.
I mean, slightly smaller lah.
Say the same thing.
Anyway, usually most
It's not about the tool, it's how you use it.
shouldn't treat every situation like a nail.
Yeah.
Or you can hammer every.
Yes, right. Which I think for me at the end of the day, it's important first. If you're still listening to this podcast and you're wondering, I think it's really important to know what is your overall goal. Then I think after that it comes down more to a fundamental character of you, of whether or not you want to push yourself to the limit. Yeah. I'm not asking you to win, like, jump off a cliff and do extreme sports.
That'd be fun though.
But I'm just asking you to like, you know, push yourself harder to try to keep on improving rather than stay stagnant with the same amount of weights week in, week out. It gets frustrating for me because I'm quite stagnant right now. I'm trying to push, but I can't. But the whole idea is that I'm still trying to push. I want to get better. I want to get stronger. That's the idea behind it. But for others, to me, the fundamental things, whether or not you want to push yourself.
Like some trainers you can see online on any social media platform, they always say like, well, perhaps the incline bench is better with dumbbells because your humerus can go over your chest much more range of motion, much more what was that? The ECG rating is basically higher. There's more muscle activation, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day,
Not wrong.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's scientifically it's a fact and all that stuff. But most people just don't care, you know. So it boils down to the point, like, what is the best exercise for gym? Well, the best exercise is the exercise that you did today, the exercise that you did not postpone. So essentially, consistency is the best. Consistency plus a challenge equals success. Have more consistency, have a greater challenge, even bigger success. If you have consistency but your challenge is always the same, there's no point.
Yeah.
Like doing PSLE math for the next 30 years of your life. You have to improve somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
You have to increase somewhere, get beaten down, go again.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Consistency about challenges. It's just no point.
Pointless, yeah. Just so regardless of your performance or aesthetics, whatever goals you have, whatever specificity you have, maybe army or football, whatever sport you're training for whatever reason, maybe you're coming back from a disease or an injury, find that goal, find the specific task you want to hit, challenge yourself, keep doing it every day, keep doing it. Once you succeed, what's the next goal? What's the next step? Because at the end of the day, the last step is the end of your life. That's it. Yeah, there's no point. Like, for example, I don't really like it when people say, my goal is to lose weight. I think that's a near-term goal. It's not a...
It's part of the process lah.
It's just part of the process, exactly. And for people who are are big or more overweight, that might be a long-term goal on its own, maybe a 3-year thing. Right? Well, for most people, especially in Singapore, losing weight is like a 6-month challenge. Question isn't to lose weight. The question is, how do you not get it back for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What lifestyles are you going to change? What habits are you going to take? It's easy. Yeah, bro, honestly speaking, right, if I have a gun to your head and I tell you to force that diet, if you don't, I'm going to shoot. And it's illegal. Let's say it's illegal, right? You going to lose weight.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is, there's no gun, there's no incentive, there's no consequence. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
When they're starting to push you forward, what are you going to do? Stay disciplined and stay connected and to stay grounded. Like a lot of times I told people, yeah, I'm eating cleaner, I just want to be healthier. People say, you ran diet for what? You know, we have come to a point where eating McDonald's on a weekly basis is considered normal. When eating proper, good, wholesome food is considered as a diet. You know, and then like, there's this disconnect. Then like, it's not a diet, what?
I know one pet peeve I have is when people like eat like this very clean food for one day. They're like, I'll try to eat cleaner. Like, bro, it's just one meal. It's like going to Mac and say, oh, I know what, I'm gonna cook cereal today, so to cook.
for one meal.
Oh, it doesn't. It's just like it's nothing big. It's just like
It's not small lah. You don't have to eat clean every day, but you should eat clean most days. When I mean clean, I just mean normal.
yeah.
Eat normal for most days, meaning kind of eat oily, deep fried, ultra processed foods. Cut down on the super high processed sugar stuff. And I'm not saying you can't eat. Enjoy your life. Like we said earlier, food is soul. It's for the soul as well. So that's why the government's best tagline is eat everything in moderation. You should
Our tagline.
really have your choice. Eat everything in moderation. It's true, and moderation is subjective to what you need. Let's say you lack of vitamin D, and you just need to have more vitamin D lah, and that's your moderation, right? Or if you're performing for a bodybuilding event, maybe you need to have more protein, or if you're bulking, you need more protein. That's your moderation. So I guess at the end of the day, performance versus aesthetics, I don't think there's a versus. It really just boils down to what you're looking for and what are you training for? What are you really, really training for? If it's just to look good, you should look more than that. Unless your job is to look good, then I think that's good.
All right. I guess this brings us to the end of this week's podcast on performance versus aesthetic, or aesthetic versus performance.
If you'd like to see Lucas naked, just drop a like, leave it in the comments.
I'll send you my pics personally.
You say your junk is big and can last long, right?
Yes.
So let us know how long Lucas can last.
7
hours. 7 days?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to the doctor.
You guys, the next one. And